G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a quad harpoon gun with replenishing action points with each kill and +1 agility. Now, I did a quad heavy weapon the other day in the form of a 50 cal machine gun, and concluded that it wasn't too great on most heavy weapons, and I said most. Most of the time with heavy guns, you'll have a giant ammo capacity, and quad won't really synergize well because you've got a ton of bullets to use already per mag, so why would you waste a prefix on that when you can get better damage out of the the mag capacity that you have? But the quad harpoon gun, or the harpoon gun, sorry, is an exception to this rule, because normally you've got this thing loaded with 1 round and it'll reload after every shot, but now that's cranked up to 4. 1 times 4 is 4, quick maths, so that makes it an extremely effective weapon because you've already got damage with this, right? So you may as well, increase the DPS on a sustained level by increasing its ammo capacity. There's a couple of other good roles for harpoon guns. Instigating is great, bloodied can be good, executioners to an extent is alright, but I think quad is probably what you'd find to be the best on a harpoon gun, simply because you can just keep firing and firing and firing, and then you got to reload. But you reload 4 times less than you would with a standard harpoon gun, which is great. We've also got replenish AP. That might be helpful. We'll try to get some use out of VATS in this, because that's the only way to make it work. And even back in Fallout 4, if you got the Far Harbor DLC, you can get this in Fallout 4, but you can only really get really good use out of this thing letting the game aim for you, so we'll build to that, and we've got a pretty slick build for this. I'll show you in a second. The agility is nice because the derived stats will give me a little bit more action points, which is nice. So note that my agility and my luck is full, intelligence has been dumped here, and I've got enough strength to pump this thing's damage up to an acceptable amount with the perks. We've also got Basher, because that's replacing Bandolier, which I don't use anymore because I can just drop all the ammo and craft it at will. And Blocker, so if something punches us, we're going to take a lot less damage. Truthfully, I'd like to see a little bit more in perception here. In fact, if I'm going to run this video at full health all the time, I'd probably drop Nerd Rage and shift those points into here. But here's the thing about that. There's not a lot of points or perks in here that I could really utilize that'll increase the effectiveness other than the derived accuracy in that. So we'll just end up taking a few steps closer. It'll basically be the same. We're going to be doing this in power armor, so a bit of armor penetration for our massive harpoons is nice. And we've got Covert Operative and Gun Fu, and we've also got Grim Reaper Sprint too, so that's a nice little synergy with the inertial thing. 35% chance to have all my action points back, but if I get a kill, I'm getting some back anyway. And we've got better criticals and critical savvy, because these two are one of the best perk synergies in the game, because you just get so much damage out of criticals these days because they took the multipliers away. And we'll also grab Bloody Mess as well. Yep, sounds good. Action Girl is there, so we can have a little bit of AP regen, so we can keep vatsing even more. Something's wrong with my frame rate here. Anyways, so now we're doing 306, and we'll hop into some power armor and we'll start. Okay, so here we are outside of the Yandere Simulator Development Headquarters. We gotta kill some twisted fucks today. We better not get too close to them or catch anime from them. And we're still using this power armor because we're playing in Fallout Worlds, which is on the PTS, and this is just what I had equipped when this character was shifted over. So it's a good paint, I like it, but you're probably getting bored of seeing it too much now. Anyways, we'll begin, and we'll see what kind of accuracy we can get, or whether we'll have to be at super close range. Torso is a guarantee from here. We'll start off with that. Very nice, 2-shot kill, making good use out of me, Covert Operative. And we've been lucky with that so far. We've hit some major roughies here. That's very good. How close do we need to be to get basically guaranteed headshots? Because we have to be pretty close, but if we can get a consistent 1,000 or so damage, that'd be nice. So we are using the, oh, for fuck's sake, thing. Alright, the luck has run out. Good thing I'm not playing XCOM, because I'd be losing soldiers right now. So I'm using the barbed harpoons. It's basically a standard harpoon, but with a little bit of bleed damage. Typically, if you'll see harpoon guns in this game, they'll be using the variants with the flashes, which just splits the damage between multiple projectiles like a shotgun. You can also collect your harpoons. Is that a random mutant hound out here? What are you doing? Got lost, I think. Another thing to note, it's not a hit scan weapon, so that's why we're using that. It's very effective. Fuck it, we're just going to chase this dog down, are we? I'm not digging the accuracy here. Maybe VATS Enhanced was the right call. Anyways, we'll pop a fresh mag in, and then we'll start one-shotting here. There's a Grim Reaper sprint proc right there. And I'm trying to watch the AP bar, or the dial here, just to see how much we get back and how much we lose, but it's a little bit easier to interpret that when it's on the bar, which, funnily enough, when I activate VATS, it turns to a bar. That's weird. Righto, on the inside of the belly of the anime beast right now, I've just made a quick change with my perk loadout. I've just grabbed lock and load. I dropped bash it because I'm not going to bash anyway, so a quicker reload might increase my sustained DPS or whatever over time. Just, it'll increase this weapon's effectiveness, that's for sure. Look at the damage difference there when the fucking follow-through perk. I can never remember perks. I'm too focused on the gameplay. My brain is incapable of doing too many things at once. I'm not actually very impressed with the accuracy here. Like, we should be getting guaranteed shots on the headshot from here, but we're not. We have to be basically putting the bloody end of the barrel down their bloody gobs to actually get these guaranteed shots. But I suppose it works, and we'll keep on doing it. Now, unlike usual, I haven't grabbed dodgy, so we're kind of relying on blocker to soak up most of the damage for me. Oh my god, is there like a chorus of screaming mutant hounds right now? And they haven't stopped yet. They're playing the psychological game because they know they can't touch me. That's at least knowing. It's nice knowing that these guys can't do anything. That's good. See that harpoon flew right into the ceiling somehow? That's a proper XCOM moment right there. There we go. Right, I think that's the last of the screaming mutant hounds. So, we're getting some good damage out of this thing. You know, we've cranked up the reloads to be a little bit faster now, and it's killing really, really fast. And we'll get to more of the blocker usage against the ghouls later on. We actually took that guy out faster than he can legendarily regenerate. As I was going to say before, with the non-quad variants of the harpoon gun, you'll find that using the lock and load perk does nothing because for some reason they still programmed there to be a giant delay in the shots. And they didn't do it for the dragon or anything, so if you're on the Fallout worlds and make a custom world, right, where you've got infinite ammo with no reloads, your harpoon gun will fire slower than it would be now, whereas the dragon can fire as fast as you can pull a trigger. Now all they need to do is go inside the weapon form and, you know, change the whatever the delay is to a 0. I could show you how to do it in the creation kit if you want. That's similar to the whiteboard universe. I won't subject you to that today, but, you know, if I end up using a single shot harpoon ever again, I'll probably get mad and explain how to fix it. I mean, that is if they're using the creation kit still. Fucking better be. Alright, so I've got 102 harpoons left. I wonder if that'll last us to the end of the video. I haven't been doing my due diligence at nice miss there. Looks like we'll be going for torso shots. We've got a decent amount of adrenal reaction too, so that should help us out a little bit here. But I'm thinking what we could do is not reload this and just to see how far we can push this thing. I gave myself a generous amount. I was thinking I might have to resupply a little bit later. But let's see if we can do this a little bit better. Ooh, that was interesting. I fired 2 off really quick there somehow. I don't know how I did that, but we're in Nerd Rage now, and block is going to come in really handy here. What's going to get us is the little bits of damage over time that the gangrenous fellas leave behind. I don't know if I should leave the low health harpooning to later on, but I'll roll with it now, and we'll top up our health, or if we die, we'll get it back next clip. A little bit of synergy, I guess, with the damage over time that I give out with the harpoons here. No, I get leveled up anyway. Well, that solves my problems. But that with the you can see the health ticking down very slowly there, but with the Strangleheart damage over time, it's not much, you know. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Okay, that one dove into the counter. That's weird. Another 3-star legendary. What's he got for me? Stalker's light machine gun. Nope.png. Oh look, I end up bashing. is a waste of AP, to be honest. Also, the inertial thing is a thing that you can use outside of VATS too. So maybe you could do the old exploit of lining up shots in VATS and then just letting the inertial thing... Sorry, I autopiloted just then, thinking the thing would reload itself. So I reminded it to reload. But don't worry, we've got a bunch of things back. I think I still got that instigating explosive one that I thought I sold. I could trade me some good armor for that. Just need some unyielding AP refresh stuff for my characters, you know. Okay, so if I wanted to snipe with this, I could have probably done it with the scope, because the reflex sight here is... You don't get a really precise reference of where you ought to be aiming, and you can't hold your breath, so anyone guesses where it's going to go. And I think we're quickly out of range with this thing. 120 range, that's nothing. That's like, that's less than a suppressed rifle, and I'd consider them to be pretty low. And that guy's just having an intimate moment with a wall there. The question is, can we kill him with damage over time? And we just did. We saved ourselves a harpoon there, so that was nice. Getting pretty lucky on these rolls here with the VATS accuracy. Gonna go for a guaranteed torso because these guys are squishy. And you see with the squishier fellas here that the damage over time does seem to do a lot. I think if I was using this, sorry I just knocked the mic, with the flechette rounds or flechette, you, for some reason, just stacks all the things on at one time, but then I think that reduces my range tons. So, you know, up until this point, we've been doing things pretty much at point blank anyway, so that's probably the better choice. Now, there's something you'll never do with a regular harpoon without the quad legendary effect as one mag, and we got all of our things back. We've got 56 left. We can do this. You know what would be a cool legendary effect? Because I was thinking of how am I going to conserve ammo here, right? And I was thinking, well, I may as well let the crackheads and the crabs fight each other here. You are one tough son of a bitch. Good job. You took so many harpoons there. But we won't do that. But I was thinking of, like, back when you tried to be conservative with ammo, and this is kind of random, but I was thinking of Ratchet and Clank 2 in the Mactar arena, where you get to fight the monsters, or the gladiator arenas, and you only get like 200 heavy lancer rounds. Alright, look at that damage over time on me. How the fuck can you cast damage over time with sound waves? I'm getting stim packs here because this is fucking bullshit. Alright, probably a bug in the PTS. Enjoy it next patch, chat. Tell you what, might use all of our bloody harpoons on this son of a bitch right here. Look how fast that's going down. Ugh, get some more stim packs. There we go. You gotta stack them all up. What a fucking joke. That's probably going to be the hardest enemy I'll fight all bloody video, and there's a Mylurk Queen that I'm yet to fight. What even? Is that a power armor bug or a... Ugh, Jesus Christ. You know, it's shit like that that makes the use of funky duds very, very much of a thing. Now, I don't think these 26 rounds we got left, 25 now, is enough to destroy the Mylurk Queen, but we'll give it a shot. Or 25. We'll have to get the follow-through bonus here. That is absolutely critical. We'll find something guaranteed. We wasted about 3 just then. And no more AP for me. Activate my jetpack unnecessarily. Now observe what kind of damage the Mylurk Queen does if she wants to. No, she's going to stand back there. Tell you what, don't think you'll be winning the range game here. And even if they did, like, that's nothing compared to what the Mylurk King was doing. We just stand there and take it. I've already killed the most dangerous threat. What are you? Just a bullet sponge. Alright, we managed to do it. And we pulled 7 more out of that. That's helpful. We'll have to reload here. Or rather, make some more. I'll let these little nippers kill themselves by eating on my armor and poisoning themselves. That'll teach them. Now, I tend to not go on about the weapon conditions in this game a lot, but the harpoon gun is terrible. It's pretty bad. I've put 2 of my repair kits into this thing already, and I mean, what I could have done here is not put so many things in. I guess it's a fixable problem, right? Because I took a bunch out of intelligence to put here. In fact, since I'm not doing Nerd Rage right now, I could sort of half fix it. What is going on over there? Oh, it's a sentry butt. Alright, what's he doing? Just vibing. Just planting some poppies. That's how they made them back in the First World War. Turned soil. Just a casual 14,500 damage on the fusion core. Love it. Oh, love to see it. That's nice. Ah, oh, Gutsy's here. Look out. I think we've got bigger fish to fry, Gutsy. Oh, never mind. Alright. No, the Gutsies do not give a single... No, they don't care there's a giant bat next to them. I guess the giant bat is incapable of one-shotting them. I'm more worried about these Gutsies than the bat, though. There we go. Right? Right? Yeah, now we just got to deal with all these chumps. Running out of AP here. It's okay. Grim Reaper Sprint got me back. And we'll try to get some cheap shots into you as you're flying nice and close. That was a nice little mag dump there. Very good. So that's kind of one of the things that... Oh, it's a Space Allen. Alright then. Don't you bloody kill me. I'm gonna bloody Stimpack now. And a little bit of Robo-Taka for you, mate. Weird. You don't generally see them show up, but when they do, it's like, hey, that's rare. I dare say that the Flatwoods monster is one of the rarest cryptids out there, because there's guaranteed spots for the Grafton monsters and Snellygasters, and Mothman's pretty rare though. I would have said that I've encountered the Mothman more times than the Flatwood monster. Like, there's not even a point in Flatwoods where you can go and a Flatwood monster will show up. Sometimes the Scorch just stand there, use that to your advantage. And, oof, the range is really hurting this. It's almost like you're incentivized to put the flesh-hit barrel on anyway, because you've got all of this range to contend with, so you can't go sniping with it. So having like a sniper variant of this with a scope and you're plinking back from long range is not really a viable strategy. So it's kind of a shame, because there's no like really hard-hitting one-shot heavy gun in the game. There's plasma casters, which you could consider filling a similar role to this, but are basically better in every single way, which is okay. I can accept that. Harpoon guns were never that great to begin with. They're just kind of there as a, I don't know, a thing you can hunt fucking Moby Dick with. We're nowhere near the bloody ocean. In fact, this is the first time where we're away from the ocean in a bloody Fallout game, probably since that one that everyone likes to not think about. Is it like Brotherhood of Steel? Oh, more bloody green things. Now, I should be able to hit a Scorch Beast with this because it's a giant target, but I'm going to struggle anyway because I suck. There's not a lot of spread for me to contend with. Just thinking about if this thing's got a faster limb cripple rate than what is, I guess, normal, because that's one of the things that the harpoon, not the harpoon gun, the railway gun does really well. It just made a hit sound even though it's already dead. Is that even more robots over there? It certainly is. Well, there you go. It's an action-packed last little section here, isn't it? But I guess that could be utility, but if you want something crippled, you're going to chuck on an Enforcer and pepper him with a shotgun, or a pepper shaker. Yeah, that works out, doesn't it? So yeah, you do that instead and not use a harpoon gun, which is going to miss most of the time. Fuck's sake. I want to find the combat inhibitor, please. Thank you. That'll do the job. Yeah, you break that Vatslock robot. You show me who's boss. Another 15,200 damage. Very nice. Between the Gutsies and that Milo King that I encountered earlier, they're probably the biggest threats all video. Robots are broken at the moment. The daily ops of the robot, if you've got that with Resilient, nice dodge there, Bat, will basically prepare to rage quit. It's not very fun. Unless you got friends to do it with you. But uplink solo with robots, not good. I'm going to try to hit this guy. I've got to lead the target a little bit here. Now, with a little bit of a learning curve and some practice use, you can hit more effectively than me. I'm demonstrating how fucking terrible I am, but always, 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 always use VATS with a heavy gun like this. Because you can't really track how your harpoons are going. I mean, if you've got that as a background, sure, but they don't light up and glow and have those cool tracer effects like the plasma casters, right? So you can't really change your aim on the fly. So unfortunately for this thing, I mean, it's effective. It does a lot of damage. It kills fairly quickly, but it's just got too many issues. It's like a VATS-only weapon, right? It breaks too quickly. The ammo is heavy as well. 0.2 weight. Yeah, 0.2, which is, I think, the same as a bloody... is it a grenade? A 40 mil grenade? So, you know, this thing is got heavy ammo. It's kind of having the same problems as a Gauss minigun. Would I use this over a Gauss minigun? That's tough, because I both find them to be fairly mediocre. In its quad form, maybe more of a yes. In its standard form, then hell no. But you know what? I'd probably back the Gauss minigun, which, you know, doesn't paint the harpoon gun in a good light. But that's okay. Not all guns are created equally. This thing's just a poor asset port of Fallout 4 Far Harbor. It's in the game. No real reason for it to be, but it's there. A little bit of content. Outdone in every single way by a plasma caster, so you don't have to worry about these. If you don't have one and you don't want to use one, you're not missing much. Thank you very much for watching, guys.